How's punters? Welcome back to Best Sports Betting. And today we are on World Sports Betting and we are having a look at a few of the new Jika Sports games that have been released. We've got a racing game, which is on screen at the moment, and a racing roulette game, which is more of a horse racing style game. So let's have a look at both of these games, how they work, some of the betting options available, and what the in-game graphics and gameplay is actually like. Let's get into it. Alright, so I thought we'd start off by watching a race, a Jika NASCAR race. Let's get this on here, and you guys can check out how the race looks. It's pretty similar to the horse race, except it's on a racing track and it's got cars. Look, I'm not a petrol head myself, so I can't tell you the difference between all the cars, but it is pretty cool that they've managed to get this running. I haven't watched enough of these matches to see much variation in the replay. I watched a couple of them. Look, to me it all kind of looks the same, but once again I'm not a motor racing person. I'm sure someone could say something similar about horse racing, but there they go. It's a pretty quick race. It doesn't take too much time. What I do like about this is that the races are very quick. It's every 2 minutes. I think the horse racing or the soccer one was a little bit longer. This one's much quicker. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I quite enjoy watching these cars go around the track. It's a bit more entertaining than the horses. It's certainly better than the soccer. The soccer, what I don't like is you get to see the highlights, and sometimes the highlights aren't great. They aren't goals, or they're sometimes the simplest goals you'll ever see. But yeah, right. Looks like car number 2 won that one quite handily. I'm not sure what the odds were on that one. There we go. Now I think we can see there. Was he a favorite? No, he was the complete underdog. I think he was literally the worst one in the field odds wise, and he came in with the win. Bruno, yep, wow, incredible. Second was 11, and then third was number 7. So none of the favorites doing well in that race. Wow, okay, so let's have a look at some of the betting options for the next race, which is starting in 10 seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that one out because we're not going to have time to discuss some of the betting options. I'm going to go to the 11:19 race instead, and we can at least have a look at some of the markets. So we've got win, we've got place, we've got first finishing in first 2 places, we've got first 3 places, so pretty much the same as what you'd find on the Jika racing, the Jika horse racing. I'm not sure if I should be referring to this as something other than Jika racing. Is it Jika Atlanta Ring or is it Jika NASCAR? Anyway, but yeah. So the betting options are very similar to what you got in racing. I'm actually going to assume it's exactly the same. Let me quickly go over to the racing. Yeah, here's the racing product. You can see the racing is exactly the same. So this is just for punters who prefer cars over horses. They want something that's a bit more action-packed and a bit more exciting. Not that horse racing isn't exciting, just to get that out the way. I see these are now also every 2 minutes. I just want to double check on what the soccer's every 3 minutes. Right, so yeah guys, that's the Jika racing. We've got one coming up in a minute here. I'm going to place a couple random bets. Let's take Zachariah Virgo over here for a win, 16-1. Let's put $10 on that. Now I'm just taking some random bets here. Let's take this guy over here for $10. And then let's take one of the more favored guys for a place. Should we say Can Murata. Let's take him for a place. So we've got a couple bets on. We've got 24 seconds until this one goes off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can maybe take a bit of a combo bet here. Don't have too much time, but let's say this and that. I'm not going to have enough time to get this through, I think. No, so let's clear that one. So you're going to need to prep ahead. 2 minutes sounds like quite a lot of time to get your bets on, but in reality it can be quite short if you're only clicking on when that 2 minutes starts. So what's cool about this is you can bet ahead quite a bit. So I'm going to let this race run. I'm going to turn the sound on. It's pretty loud. Here we go.
The checkered flag heading into the straight. quickly. They're slowly building up speed. Into the bend with 3 in the lead. Down the back straight with 4 in the lead. 13 traveling fast. Oh, they're pushing the pace. 3 hits the front. 3 is sped into the lead. Man, any one of 4 can win it. 13 is looking for a gap. 13 is sped into the lead. Entering the straight, they're all pushing hard. 3 takes the lead. 4 is catching up quickly. Into the bend with 3 in front. The stakes are high and they know it. 13 takes the lead. A hard fight for the lead now. 13 is keeping challengers at bay all the way. It's car 13 jogging ahead of the rest. And car 13 claims a victory.
We actually
13 is first to
managed to get a winner there. We had Mr. Charles Brooks, number 13, at quite a tasty price. I think he was the only one that we had that on. There we go. Let's have a look. So now we can click on this and see the actual results. We had 8.25 on Charles Brooks. We stuck $10 on that. That's pretty cool. Nice to get a winner with my first bet on the Atlanta ring from Jika Sports. But yeah, that's the horse. Oh, not the horse racing. That's the racing on Jika Sports, guys. It's pretty cool. I'm going to move over to Racing Roulette now, which is something completely different. All right, so Racing Roulette. Where do I start? I think when I first saw this game, I just looked at it and I thought, what is this thing? How does this work? I'm never going to figure this out. This looks completely alien to me. And it is kind of different. It's very, very different. Basically, it's a horse race and all the horses have numbers. So you'll have horses 1 to 12. And you can bet on the horse race in a similar way that you can bet on a roulette table. So you're betting more on numbers than actual horses, if that makes any sense. For example, if I want to bet on the horse number 3 or number 3, I can take number 3 there. I can play row 3. I can play column 3 over here. I don't think you can split. No, you can't split as you could on a red table, but you can play these different betting options as well. And once you've selected an option, for example, let's take this 3, we can either just take the 3 by itself, we can take a combination, we can bet on the number's going to be high, which means it's going to be 7 or higher. We can bet on the number of the horse to be low, which means the winning horse is going to be 6 or lower. Even, odd, red, black, all that sort of thing. There's so many different betting options on Racing Roulette. It's pretty cool. I like it, but I'd much rather go and play roulette, to be honest. If I was going to be betting on something, I'm not sure where the appeal for the horse race actually comes in. If I wanted to play a horse race, I would go and play a Jika race, which I could do. So yeah, I mean, I've been having some issues here also with the buffering of the stream. I think that's more down to my internet, which is pretty fast, but it's I think there was some issue with a cable that was reported. But anyway, so it's not usually like this. And yeah, look, I mean, give it a shot. It's probably my least favorite of all the different Jika Sports, all the different Jika games. My favorite would probably be, I want to say, the racing or the cars. The soccer is pretty cool. So it would be one of these two, then the soccer, and then the Racing Roulette. There are a few other Racing Roulette products in South Africa under different names. I think there's one on Teletrack as well that's running at the moment. And yeah, it's the same thing really. I'm just refreshing here, trying to get the stream working. But yeah, so we've got a race in progress. Let me just quickly pause this. So if you bet, for example, on number 9 over here, you can see the odds that you would be getting on a place or for a win. And for places, they're paying 3 different places. So yeah, all the options are here. Lots of things to bet on, but as I said, this probably isn't my favorite. Even though I really like horse racing and I like roulette. Bit of a strange one that they don't combine to something that I would really, really like. But yeah, but guys, that's Racing Roulette. Go check it out. Hopefully the stream is working on your side. And let me know which is your favorite of the 4 different Jika Sports in the comments below. Guys, thanks for tuning into the video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.